Have you ever wanted to build your own app? Well, let me show you how with Jotform. Hey Jotformers, welcome back. I'm Kimberly, and like I mentioned, if you have thought about creating your own app but you weren't really sure how, or maybe thought it was too complex or hard for you to do, Jotform Apps is definitely going to make it simple and easy. One of the best things about this, it is no code functionality, so it is just drag and drop. Now, these apps can be mobile or desktop, and you don't have to worry about any type of app store. So let's get into it. We're going to go from basics all the way to advanced, including some AI integration options. So as you can see, I'm currently in the desktop version of my dashboard, and right now I have all of my products chosen. But if you want to just view your apps, we can easily choose our apps right here. So you can see I have one scheduling app, but in order to create your own app, top left-hand corner, we're going to choose to create. We'll choose app, and we can either use AI, we can let it know what kind of app we're wanting to create, and it'll create one for us. We can start from scratch. We can use a template, build a store, or if we already have one, we can clone it. I want to first show you our template gallery because you can easily search for a template up here at the top. We can take a quick scroll just to get an idea of what we're working with. But over on the left-hand side, you can see there's lots of different categories for you to choose from, as well as different languages as well. But let's go ahead. I am going to head back and I'm going to start from scratch. And you can see over on the right-hand side, we have a live preview, and we can preview from phone, tablet, or desktop. For now, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the live preview so we have an entire screen full. Now, one thing I want to mention is you can make your app multiple pages. It doesn't have to be like one scrolling app. So down at the very bottom, we can see we have the home screen. But if you want to add pages, so for example, maybe you want to add a page for location, one page for testimonials, you can do that from the bottom. So let me show you how simple it is. Over on the left-hand side, I'm going to choose to add an element, and you can see right here, drag your first element here from the left. So let's say the very first thing out the gate, I want there to be a form for people to fill out. And from here, we can choose from our available forms, lots of forms in mind to choose from. I'm going to choose the request an appointment option. We'll add that form. And even from here, you can edit this even further. So if I choose the edit form button, it'll take us to the form to edit the form. But if I choose the properties option, we can choose to make this look a certain way. So I'm going to choose the change style option, and we can change the color of the background. We can even change what the icon looks like. So we want to change it to a rocket, or maybe we want to turn off the icon. Completely up to you. Now we can also type in a description right here. Choose the best day and time that works for you. Perfect. We can even add in a background image to take the place instead of a color if you want to do that. All right, back over on the left, you can see that we can add in rich text. So again, go ahead and choose to edit the text. And this is going to bring up a complete editor, so we can bold, we can add in links, images, we can make this fit exactly what we're looking for. But we also have just regular text like this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and X out of this. We can even add in a link. We can go to our properties, and let's go ahead and do Jotform, and then we'll do jotform.com. If we want, we can show a preview image. So we can see the emblem went away. If you want, we can turn off the URL. That'll take up more space for that. If we want, we can make it large, or we can make it smaller to take up half the space. All right, let's look at style. Again, we can choose a background image. We can change the color as well. Let's do change style. I'm going to make this one blue. All right, another thing we can do is we can even create a button. So if we open this up, there's lots of different options that we can do. What do you want this button to do? Do you want it to jump to another page in your app, maybe open a form, URL, send an email, make a call, or open the share modal? And again, if we jump over to general, we can shrink this to make it small so we can have multiple buttons next to each other. And let's say that you would like for people to purchase things from you. Maybe you have shirts for sale or books. We can easily drag and drop in a product list, and we can add products in. Now we can also add in a payment gateway. We have over 40 to choose from, and it's free to connect. The only fees you're going to incur are going to be the ones from that payment gateway. All right, like I mentioned earlier, let's go ahead and add an additional page. We can scroll down here. We see we have page 2. So if I click on add elements, let's jump over to our widgets. We can see there's a lot of different things that we can add in. So maybe we want to make this one be a social media page. We can have our Facebook like. If we want, we can bring in Instagram, but for as of right now, I'm going to leave it just as Facebook. We can also add in an additional page, and let's say we want this one to be our location. And I'm actually going to jump back over to our basics and let's add in a map. And like I mentioned, we can do testimonials. And as of right now, it looks like it's just one scrolling. But if I come up here to the live preview, if we want, we click right up here and we have access to those other pages. So if I jump over here to social media, we can see that Facebook option right here. All right, let's go ahead and turn off our live preview. All right, next, let's look at our app designer. This is how you can change the overall look and feel of your app. So if you want, let's scroll back up to the top and we can take a look at what this looks like. So we can have this as orange, green, purple, blue. If you want to change the colors here, you can. If you would like to choose an overall background image, you can do that here. And we can even change the font family. So if we jump over to app layouts, we can choose a completely different layout. Right now we're under default. So let's do show all forms. So this is going to open up that form in the app for us. If we want, we can do all shrinked with no icons. We see everything is now really small, but you get to choose what that looks like from this app layout section. Now, if you want, up here at the top, the heading is a completely different area. So if we want our general, we can change our app title here. We can add a different description. We can come over here to logo. We can change this. We can make it bigger if we want. Perfect. And we can also change that style. So as of right now, it's this light blue. If we want to change that, we can absolutely do that as well. All right, let's jump up to the top middle button. Let's go to settings. From here, this is where you can enable or disable your app. You can even disable on a specific date. We have lots of different options. We have that add to home screen mode down. We have the QR code option, allowing people to finish their forms at a later date. If you want that progress bar, you can, and you can also prevent cloning. Now the app name and icon, this is where we can edit the name of our app. So I'm just going to choose Jotform. If we want to edit that, we can do that here. This is going to be just for the icon under the icon option, or if we want to upload a completely new image, we can do that here. The splash screen is going to be what it's going to look like when people open the app to begin with. So I am actually going to change the background color to be that dark blue color. Perfect. And then we can change the font color up to white. All right, and push notifications. So if you would like, you can send push notifications to your users. Now, once they have added the app to their home screen and they have accepted the permission request, you can send push notifications just like a regular app would. All right, before we get into that last one, the AI chatbot, I'm gonna jump over to publish. And there are 3 different ways that we can have for our access. If I come up here to settings, we can have private, public, or company access. So let's say if we're talking about Jotform, private access is going to be only people that we invite. If we want public access, that's going to be for everybody. And if we have company access, that's going to be for people who are just within Jotform. So you get to choose what that looks like. And apps are available on the free plan. So if you need 3 different apps for your business, you can have one private, one public, and one company access only. Now, one thing to keep in mind is if you have allow users to access their submissions through the app, this is going to show Jotform branding. So if you would like for this to be completely no Jotform brand, you'll want to uncheck this. Perfect. All right. Now, to share this, all we need to do is copy the link and send through the appropriate channels. If we would like, we can invite by email. We can share on socials. On the left-hand side, we can get an embed code and we can embed this on our website. Now, to view app submissions, like I mentioned, we have a product list on our app. So in order for people to check out, they're going to need to come to this very last page. It's going to be that contact information. So this is going to be viewable in the top left-hand corner. If I choose App Builder, this can be viewed over in the tables or even inbox. From there, you can easily sort and filter your data. Now, if you are having forms added in like this right here, request an appointment, you can view those submissions from that forms table. All right, I'm going to jump out. I'm going to go back to the very beginning and I'm going to create a brand new app really quickly for donation purposes. So let's do app and I'm going to do a template and I'm going to do a quick search for donation. All right, let's do the charity club. All right, and this will also allow you to see how templates can actually get those creative juices flowing. We see we have those buttons, we have an image gallery, we have some more buttons right here. And we have record new volunteer, record donation. This one right here looks like it's going to be a form. Perfect. But over on the left-hand side, if I choose add element, and I can also bring in a donation box. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down next to record donation. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So over on the right hand side, you can see support us. Your donation will help change the lives of those in need. And then we also have some fixed donation amounts. You can also allow for custom amounts. So you can also have the goal shown and have a limit. And if you want to change the style of this, we can absolutely do that as well. And again, like before, you would set up your payment gateway. Now, if for any reason you would like to completely delete your app, you can absolutely do that. Just a second ago, we talked about disabling, but let's say that I want to completely delete this Jotform app. All we have to do is click on more, move to trash, and delete the app. All right, let's talk about AI. Let's talk about having that chatbot added in. So I'm going to choose to edit my app. Then I'll come up here to settings and we'll do AI chatbot. And we're going to add AI agent. And we can start from scratch. We can choose from down here. We can see it pre-populates, or you can type in your own. I'm going to go ahead and do customer support. We'll do create. So it's crafting our perfect agent, it's customizing conversations to match your needs, it's enhancing intelligence, and from here we can edit our AI agent. So we can see how can I assist you. That's going to be that greeting message. We can choose if it's open automatically or if they need to click on it for it to open. But let's go ahead and edit Lana real quick. This is going to allow you to have conversational chatbots with your app users. Now here it's going to automatically land in the knowledge base. So if you want to add in more information, so we're doing this for our charity, for our donation needs. So if we need to add in maybe a PDF or a manual for our organization to learn more about, we can do that. We can add in links for our chatbot to crawl, to pull information from. Or if we have very specific Q&As that we know we're going to get, we can absolutely have that. Now, not only can it answer questions, it can also help fill out forms and has 24/7 multi-channel functionality. So over on the left-hand side, you can see we have standalone, we have Instagram, phone, voice, SMS, Messenger, lots of different options for you right there. And over on the left-hand side, we also have some tools. So if you'd like to integrate this with Slack, Box, Google Drive, you can absolutely do that, or even Google Calendar to enhance your productivity. So let's go ahead and head back, and I'm going to go ahead and preview. All right, you can see right here, add the Charities Profits app to your home screen. We can add a home screen there, and we can see right down here, we have Lana, who is available to help us explore volunteer and donation opportunities. So like I mentioned, these Jotform apps can be accessed without downloading, and they can even be accessible offline like native apps without an app store. Again, no coding, easy drag and drop, available on all plans, and extensive sharing and permission controls. So again, if you're wanting to create your own app that is completely customizable to fit you and your brand with no coding necessary, Jotform Sign is for you. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment down below, but don't forget to check out all of our help articles and guides to help you along the way. If you like this video and you got some value, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you get notification every time we put out a new video. I'll see you next time.